and I got Heavenly Sword, new game out. Heavenly Sword is not a ripoff of God of War.
Okay, yeah.
Heavenly Sword was going to be the new Halo for Sony.
What are you talking about? What does
And
this
it was
have to
going to
do?
be great. Heavenly Sword was going to have DLC where you could have 60 people in one server.
Commit Yourself Completely is a 2019 live album by Car Seat Headrest. Songs performed on this album are from their 2016 album Teens of Denial and the 2018 remake of the 2011 album Twin Fantasy. Both of these albums are similar thematically. They deal with emotional maturity and transitioning into adulthood. So taking songs from both albums and putting them on a live album together is a good choice. It gives some extra depth to what otherwise might just be another live album. The performances are emotional, energetic, and really fun. I genuinely prefer some of the live versions of these songs from this album over the studio versions, which is a rarity for live albums. Cosmic Hero opens up the album. It's a slow, emotional song that builds up in energy, but not too much. Fill in the Blank and Bodies are fast and hard, much more than their studio counterparts. I listened to the studio version of Bodies from 2018 recently, and it felt so slow by comparison. I will say, the studio version packs more sentimentality, I think, while the live version is just more fun. Drugs with Friends, or Joe Gets Kicked Out of School for Using Drugs with Friends but says this isn't a problem, is actually slower here than on Teens of Denial. On Teens of Denial, the vocals sound more tired and emotionless, which fits the subject matter of the song, but on Commit Yourself Completely, Will sings with more emotion, almost in a more folksy way, which also fits quite well. Drunk Driver's Killer Whales is probably the most similar to its studio counterpart. Both versions are emotional and sung with lots of feeling, but holy goddamn shit, musically, the live version totally outshines the studio version. Also, another thing I like about Commit Yourself Completely is that the other members of the band also sing along or sing backup more than they do on the studio versions, and Ethan Ives' backup vocals on Drunk Driver's Killer Whales add so much to the song, I think. You should also check out his other work as Toy Bastard, it's really great. Will also adds some extra lyrics towards the end of the live version too, and the song seamlessly transitions into Destroyed by Hippie Powers so well that for the longest time I just assumed they were from the same show, but they're not! The album is just mixed so well and sounds so consistently good across all tracks that if you told me that this was all from one show, I would believe you. Another thing is the crowd. A poorly mixed live album sounds like the band is playing to drown out the screams of the damned, but a good live album periodically lets you know that the crowd is there enjoying the show. This album has a really great crowd interaction where they start to play one of their most popular songs, Cute Thing. Will sings the first word and lets the crowd keep singing before starting the song.
I think we'll get started on the next one. It's called Cute Thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the longest crowd interaction in the album, and it's 20 seconds. Now, I don't mean to trash on Car Seat Headrest's 2023 live album, Faces from the Masquerade, but there is a little too much crowd interaction on that album. It takes 40 seconds for them to start playing Something Soon on Faces from the Masquerade, because they're, talking about how the fans voted for the song or something, and they're gonna play it live, but they think maybe it was botted, because there were too many votes for Something Soon, but we're gonna play it anyways. We're very disappointed if it was botted, but we don't even know if it was botted, so this is the most useless fucking conversation we're having right now.
We actually got a huge amount of votes for a song called Something Soon. Now we think it might have been a bot.
Foul play.
Foul play.
Oh my god, I don't fucking care.
It's amusing the first time, but it makes this version not as accessible since you have to listen to almost a minute of talking before the actual song starts. Hymn takes 30 seconds to start because Andrew was talking about how excited he is to finally be here. The only good thing about this is that you can hear somebody yell, "Will, do the stanky leg," right at the beginning.
What?
Then they play Hymn from Making a Door Less Open, except for that song is only on the vinyl version, and we only got Hymn Remix on the digital version, and it is so bad. Everybody hates it. I don't know anybody who likes Hymn Remix and is yeah, that's the song I like from Madlow. So yeah, I'm glad we got 30 seconds of talking for the live version of a song nobody has fucking heard. I'm sorry, I'm done. Let's go back to talking about the live album that I like. The one that makes me happy, the one that has shown me the potential of a live album, and not the one that feels so by the numbers and has all the problems a live album could have. So the second to last track is a cover of Ivy by Frank Ocean. This song is referenced on the 2018 version of Beach Life and Death, and Frank Ocean is mentioned in Cute Thing, so I guess the man is quite inspirational to Will. He also throws a Crow Killers reference from Beach Life and Death into this one because car seat headrest lore. Crow Killers is a webcomic series by Kate Wirtz, who is the very subject of, at least 3 car seat headrest albums. Her and her comics are referenced a lot in Car Seat Headrest, and she did a lot of the art for their albums. Her comics are pretty great. I like her older work because it's really all over the place and goofy. Bad Place is a classic that I definitely didn't buy the sweatshirt for or anything. The album ends with my favorite performance of everybody's favorite car seat headrest song, Beach Life and Death. The 13-minute lyric-heavy epic that we all just know every word to. This version is so high energy, genuinely so fun to listen to. Will peaks the mic so hard at one point.
I don't want to go in.
And the last part of the song just goes so hard. I like Car Seat Headrest a lot, and I really like this live album. It just does everything right. It's fun, it's well mixed, it's easy to listen to and re-listen to again and again and again. Especially with rock music, it's really fun to hear a band you like perform a song differently than the studio version you're used to hearing, and Commit Yourself Completely just delivers that experience so well that I cannot help but be utterly disappointed in Faces from the Masquerade. Faces isn't really bad, but it doesn't deliver the same way Commit Yourself Completely does, which is a shame because I'd really like to hear some of the songs from Making a Door Less Open in a well-mixed live album. I like the addition of the organ in Hollywood, but I cannot stand Will's monotone vocals in that song. I actually laughed aloud when I was re-listening to this album while writing this, and during Fill in the Blank, there's this pause towards the end, and then it picks up again for the last part. On Commit Yourself Completely, it sounds like this.
I've got a right to be depressed.
On Faces from the Masquerade, it sounds like this.
I've got a right to be depressed.
Yeah, I bet you do. There's no energy behind it on the Faces from the Masquerade version. My favorite track on Faces from the Masquerade is It's My Child by Toy Bastard because Ethan sings it, because it's his song. Sober to Death and Bodies are good, and I'd be lying if I said I can't get down to this album's Beach Life and Death. I really wish we got more live tracks from Madlow on here though. I feel like Martin, Can't Cool Me Down, and There Must Be More Than Blood really should have made it on here. I can appreciate the addition of Crows and the full version of Him, Stanky Leg and all, but come on, there are only 4 tracks off Madlow, of the whopping 13 on this album. Madlow bangs, and I'm sick of how underappreciated it is. Stay tuned for the Madlow appreciation post. Okay, I just found out that there is a live version of Can't Cool Me Down, and it is only on the fucking vinyl release of Faces from the Masquerade. I found it online, and it bangs, and I am so disappointed that it wasn't on the digital album, because